Nothing happened with me. It was just
Yes.
hum. Nothing besides, this right here.
Did what is oh shit.
That was it. That's all. Surviving Diddy, part 5. We've had an
Are you
intermediate.
sure it's not part like 10?
Right now, it was what we've officially called, like, we had segments Surviving Diddy, just to update, but what we
Okay.
just deep dive and talk about, this is 5.
Okay. I feel like we had Surviving Diddy part 10, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna let you have it because
Yeah, so the other ones are like, the in between
that's
things.
still surviving.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that's some bonus footage. That's the
Okay.
behind the scenes. The alternative endings. Those, I felt like those were
Yeah.
them. We only did 10 minutes. This is, oh,
Okay.
man. So
Seeing it.
we're not gonna be laughing, y'all. It's just funny, this because me and Dom, if y'all have been keeping up with us with this, we've been on Surviving Diddy. This is finna be 7 or 8 months. We did a first Surviving Diddy before the allegations that Cassie dropped before with Keefy D. That's the original Surviving Diddy episode.
Yeah.
And that's how we started this series. It was gonna be this one episode, us just deep diving, and then it turned into a whole nother thing.
I have no words. And I think mainly because we knew what it was. I spoke about different things. You spoke about different things. But it's always different when you see things. It's always different when you see things. And I want people to understand that this isn't something where it's like, oh, could that be him? Could it? No, it's him. And then when you see Cassie tiptoe to the elevator, you can see it's like she's trying to creep out. And seeing that this whole thing go down in this hallway, like, of this hotel, it's just mind-blowing to me. It's very mind-blowing. And also I can understand how this could be very traumatic for her to have to get online and see that this is plastered everywhere, and she having to relive a traumatic experience that happened to her, several years ago. So I definitely, this is just crazy. And I just, Black people, I think we need to have a conversation.
Okay. What
I don't think we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation.
Okay.
Because there are many of you guys in the comments that are saying, well, what did she do? Men and women. And we always say that, oh, Black people are always against each other. Well, no, that's not true. I said it here before. Some people could just be terrible human ass beings. There's no agenda, especially when it comes to Diddy. Like, come on, there's no agenda. And he wasn't calling for unity and bringing this forefront together and bringing the people together. He was not. So let's stop there. He was not going to buy a network. And the wild thing about all of this is we're so used, because abuse, pain, trauma has been indoctrinated in our culture so much, and we think that a lot of things cannot exist without experiencing heartache, pain, any sort of drama when it comes to anything in life, right?
Yeah.
But people don't always do things for things to happen. As I said, we're gonna say this for the third time. Diddy is likely just a terrible ass human being.
There ain't no likely at this point, because we can go ahead and affirm that.
We're gonna say that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I challenge a lot of you guys, and many of you guys don't have the brain cells or the capacity to understand what we're even talking about or what we're saying, but y'all gotta stop that shit. Because y'all like to get your ass beat. Y'all like to cry to y'all homegirls that's sick of y'all shit, and y'all like to, hit up y'all homeboys and talk about what May did to you. She keyed your car again because y'all like the drama. Everybody don't like that. And wrong is wrong. There's no way this man chased her down the hallway, pulled her by her hair, beat her ass in a towel, a bath towel. Because somebody was trying to get away from you, and you guys are always saying, "Why didn't she leave? Why didn't she leave?" Do you guys not understand the basics? Understanding domestic abuse is not complex. It is basic as fuck. And we hear this all the time when you talk to experts, when you talk to victims of domestic abuse. This is why they do, like, this is what happens. Your abuser comes after you. And I challenge y'all to change the laws regarding restraining orders too. Because if a person is going to the court and pled to court, this is what happened, and they present the evidence, and then this restraining order is granted, I believe that person should go to jail. And or y'all are putting the victim in somewhat of a program similar to where they would be in witness protection, where they have to move away and all this stuff, which is fucked up that the victim would have to uproot their life. But y'all would have to implement something like that, because there's too many cases that we see where somebody has had a restraining order against somebody and they end up dead. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. But this country was founded upon, criminals. We love to glorify and glamorize abusers.
Don't forget that, like, I believe domestic violence did not become a crime until 1960. 61, where it was actually a crime, considered a crime.
And the amount of domestic abuse that went up during COVID.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Some of y'all are just sick individuals. Many of you guys are. Whether you are on the abuser side and you are caping for them, y'all look crazy as hell. Kelly Price, you look crazy as hell. Let's pray for him. No. How about he properly apologize? And he's only doing this.
We're gonna get into that. We gonna get into that. Let's just talk about just the tape night right now. I got a whole setup for us with that. So just talk about the tape right now. We'll talk about the apology in a second.
So that's why I am very, very frustrated, because people are silly. Just the discourse around this alone. And I mean, I never thought I'd have to agree with Stephen A. Smith on something. And here I am. Y'all got to stop. I don't know what the hell is going on with 2024. Y'all showing out and y'all showing your ass, and it's exhausting. It was fun in games at first, but this is overwhelming in the most underwhelming way.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, I have a whole theory that Donald Trump becoming president is the reason that we're here, but that's a whole nother discussion we could have a little bit later on today when we have one of our other topics. But to me, man, seeing that tape, because a whole bunch of people, everybody knows that my disposition against Diddy since '97 is on record. Yeah. There's actually even one of my homeboys sent me an article. I talked about Diddy in my college paper in 2002 about like him just being lame and stuff. So I was like, dang, it's documented.
Like this nigga for like 30 years.
But then they're like, man, you must feel vindicated. I was like, no, not for real, man. Yeah. I knew all this shit was going on with this dude, man. Like I didn't need all that. I read that court file. I knew that, and it was like, there was one funny thing before I keep it serious that I do want to say. It's been on my mind. There's one funny thing from that video. Only one. Okay. Hey man, how'd that towel not fall off of him?
That's okay. That's the only thing, because you see him kind of hold it.
Yeah, but I need to get them towels from that hotel, because those hotel towels are amazing. Then, because I need to know, how do you just run around?
At one point, you see him kind of holding it.
That's true. That's true.
But then it is maybe he like tucked it some kind of way as he held it and was doing that.
He never had a towel like that where I could just run around and really like be aggressive with a towel on.
Man, I'm also,
but it was like sad, because if you look like the way it was almost horrific of like when you read a book and then you see the movie version of it, and you're like, oh wow, like in your mind, you may have imagined it a certain way from reading the court documentation, but then you seeing it, and it's like everything she said
was right there.
hitting it. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, damn near deep, like. So I'm at the point now, I already believed it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and believe Lil Ryan. Let's go ahead and believe the young lady that was underage. Let's go ahead and believe anybody coming out. Look, you can tell me that Diddy was captured by aliens. I'm with it at this point.
I believe everything. Until y'all prove otherwise, I always, whether they are male or female, I know there's a discourse around believe Black women. I'm with all of that. You know what I mean? The interesting thing about this too is you have people coming out the woodworks, men in particular, talking about like their experience when they were around. And part of me wants to side eye them a little bit, because I understand you work for somebody and there are certain things in your contract and where you know, likely, and I could really see Diddy's contract like being so detailed and intricate where it probably acknowledges things like this where but you didn't read the fine print.
If anything around me or around that's going on, you jammed up.
You cannot intervene unless it's somebody probably physically attacking him. You know what I mean? And that's the crazy part around all of this. And there have been some people I believe in the past.
But I have a question for you with that. What if there are people that did try to do something and that's why they ain't never had no career or anything happened for them?
I can see that.
And they're an example. So like you see, I'm not this artist. I'm not going to say that this happened with her. Like Sherry Denise, they got the song "I Love You." Let's say, for instance, she saw something and was going to say something, and now and then she got shelved and nothing happened with her career. And now other artists see that happened. So I already seen that example made her, and I'm not saying she did or not. I'm just using her as an example.
Yeah,
and other artists be like, you know what? I can't.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that. I played that song the other day for a friend because I was like, oh my God, I used to love this girl named Sherry Dennis or whatever. And the first single, because it sounded, the Neptunes produced that, because it sounded like, I know Jim Jones.
I think it might be my cousin.
Okay, because it sounded a little similar. Those chords sounded similar to "I Still Love You" by 702, that was produced by the Neptunes. But anyway, I could kind of see that. But also when it comes to music, I think that I'm not going to necessarily, unless you read something that I don't know about. Sometimes the market.
Oh, Ryan Leslie. And then it makes sense because it sounds like these other songs. The other joint with Jadakiss on dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you can hear it now. It's a particular chord. And low-key has similar chords to "Addicted" with him and Cassie.
Yep. So yes, Ryan Leslie produced and wrote it.
And so I'm not gonna blame that on that, but also we know how he potentially, like does his artists. Like I sent you a clip today about what Fred said from Making the Band, how when he went to meet with several attorneys, one in particular said,
hold on, I got that for you.
Oh, okay. Look at
told you I got look. We gonna have fun and not fun, but we're gonna deep dive today.
Yeah.
Hold on, did it not click?
Shot. People keep telling me why they coming out now. Y'all never battled a billionaire. I had lawyers wouldn't even sue this nigga. Right now, statute of limitations, I can't even go back and get millions of dollars that they owed us that we could have sued them for. But no lawyer would take the case. I had one year lawyer. We sat on the phone. Nigga sat down there, heard my whole story. He said, man, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, you got a good case, man. I'm pretty sure you'll win. But he was like, I can't do it, Fred. He was like, I know some bad boy lawyers. I live around this environment. He just explained. I'm like, why y'all so scared of this pussy? I know, Suge know, Jimmy know, all he pussy. You know what I'm saying? He just got the money. He can control the environment.
All right. That's from Freddie P.
And that's what they do. And,
From the
and
band.
that's
Some people out younger may not remember the band. That's how long it is ago now, though, Dom.
Yeah.
The band was one of his group.
Second. I think it was like
that was the second making the band.
No, that was the first. That was the first.
No, the first one was O-Town.
No, well, yeah. I was gonna say like it was like the second version of that reality show.
So Danny DeCane was first with Diddy, and then it was them.
No, it was O-Town because it was on ABC.
Right, I mean, I'm talking about
growing up. So then from there, when it went to MTV, it was the band, then Danny DeCane, then Day 26.
Got you. Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay.
So ultimately, so you see this person that has like this power, and a lot of people, we see it all the time. A lot of people have yes men around them because that gives
another thing though, man. Shout out to Biggie Smalls. Today is his birthday, which is crazier in itself. Today is Notorious B.I.G.'s birthday.
Shoot.
I know.
He's shaking the ground from underground. Yeah. But so when you are put in those positions where and that's why a lot of the women, when we think about even the Me Too movement, the delay, or like you said, some women could have been blackballed for saying something about, Harvey Weinstein or some of these other execs in the room because of that alone. And so I want people to understand that money does equate to power in a lot of scenarios.
And it takes a lot of courage to do that.
Yeah.
To do that. A lot of courage. And I'm not excusing any of these people for if they did see something, didn't say nothing. But I look at it like maybe they didn't see something, but maybe they assume, maybe it's like, it don't seem right. Like maybe he wasn't doing like directly like running the studio.
Some people probably could have quit, just was like, you know what?
I got a wife, I got 2 kids, or I got a husband and 3 kids.
Yeah.
I need this. If I do this, my family isn't going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to position to put somebody in.
But that's how they always say that money also is the root of evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
good point.
I believe that I understand that it's hard and tricky for a lot of the different parties involved. And I think what's frustrating about all of this, like I said, there is this person that has so much power where even if somebody did tell, because some of these people might not have a name, a lot of things becomes a risk factor. Because think about
even bodily risk factor. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yep,
I was including that as well because many people, I could be killed.
I mean, look, remember he did some shit himself. He hit Steve Stout up the side of his head with a champagne bottle, and he had to settle with him for over the "Hate Me Now" video with Nas.
Oh, see, I don't even know anything about that.
Man. Oh no. So that was
But I know who Steve Stout is.
Yeah. But if you notice, Nas ain't never messed with Diddy since "Hate Me Now." Like they may have performed it, but you never seen a Nas Diddy song like that.
Yeah,
for real. Maybe it's like one other one. It's like another one, maybe one other song later on. But yeah, the story is, so if you remember "Hate Me Now" video,
mm-hmm.
So with the crucifixion and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Diddy did all that. There's a version with Diddy on the cross with Nas.
I feel like I remember that.
But some people may have. I only remember seeing it one time on MTV when it first came out.
Yeah, because I remember that video being very, very controversial.
Yes. And Diddy got mad about it because I guess he was under assumption that they were going to take him out or not put that in the video, and they did.
Okay.
And he ran up on Steve Stout and hit him with a champagne bottle, and Steve Stout had got a lawsuit on him.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's with another dude. So imagine how he is with women.
Oh yeah. But you run it up on me. You ain't punch me or anything like that. You gonna hit me with a weapon.
Another example. I'm just talking about the men, so y'all can just have a level set. Drake. We've been talking about Drake the last few weeks with the Kendrick thing. Mm-hmm. But Diddy allegedly or supposedly beat up Drake over that 100 beat, 50 to 100 beat, because it was supposed to be, it was Diddy's originally, and somehow Drake got it and put it out.
Oh yeah, I do remember them having some. They was tussling, but it's just a weird thing. It's just like you a big ass bully, and Diddy ain't did nothing no different than motherfucking fat ass Suge Knight. That was mean to say, but
he might be worse.
You know, because
he is worse. I would say he is worse
because Suge Knight always put his stuff out there for the most part. But Diddy, because there's so many different moving parts to Diddy, and I'm gonna say somewhat being, I'm not gonna say a smart businessman, but like a smart businessman. So where things are kind of under wraps, things you could probably look at the video. You paid the hotel $50K not to go to the police about it and to give you the video. Mm-hmm. And to you like you're ahead of the PR, like you're also taking care of the crisis PR as well. So I'm gonna say a little bit of smart, but it's just still manipulative.
And he always acts like he was above it. Even with the East Coast, West Coast stuff, oh, I'm just all about peace, man. You know, blah blah blah. And now we got Keefe D saying that he has something to do with the with what happened to Pop.
Yeah.
Even though now he's coming back saying he not, because he on trial, and he said that he made up all this stuff. That's so funny now that he's like, and he's been campaigning on this for 10 years. So
yeah, I don't know. Like I think it's just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird that I don't know, but I'm also petty. If I was the hotel, I would have took the money and then still went to the cops.
Okay, so this is that was my next question I had written down for you.
Because I literally
how did this tape get out for real? Because I've heard 3 different things.
Well, Perez Hilton is saying that he paid the hotel off $50K, and yep. I always wonder, well, Perez, how he would know that, because it
wasn't in the Cassie's thing. It was in Cassie's lawsuit that he paid $50K for a video.
Oh, okay. See,
yeah, that's where he got that from. Cassie says what happened to me at the Ventura Hotel. He paid $50K to security to not have that come out.
Okay. So there
she states that. That's where everybody's getting that from.
But he also mentions that he likely thinks that this was seized during the raid, which I believe him. Which is also interesting, because why would you keep that? Why wouldn't you destroy that?
Now that's my question.
So do you look at this like when people kill people and they keep
look at you being smart? Yes, okay. And you want to watch it. just like when people have tapes of them whatever they're, I mean, we do it just in our regular lives. Like, you got a tape of you playing basketball and you dunked on somebody.
Yeah, it's like a memento. Hey, man,
check it out. Look when I dunked on LeBron back in '97. You know, whatever. You know, mementos of their successes.
Yeah, so that's the only reason.
Highlights, or their life highlights, I would say, more than anything.
Which would make sense, because there's no way in hell that I'm gonna keep an incriminating video of me doing something like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I was like. You some weird you a freaky ass nigga.
Now I got a small conspiracy to this.
Okay.
I think there was good investigative journalism. I think somebody from CNN was actually working on this.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody from Puffy's camp that did not delete it, because they got it. I think Puffy is so big, he didn't have it personally. He told somebody else to make sure you go get it, make sure they delete it. But what if I hate your guts too? Damn. And I held on to it.
Damn.
For a rainy day for me, maybe. Just in case you come after me.
Yeah.
Because
that makes sense. I can rock with that.
The thing about it is, though, people will be like, oh, somebody got to pay that. CNN does not pay for tapes. That person gave it to them directly because they wanted it to come out.
Yeah. The only other thing I can think of is that somebody leaked it from the FBI. you know,
Yeah,
because of the
but
race.
that's real, very. I mean, if that is, that's very compromising for the Federal Bureau of Investigation to let something like that leak out.
But things like that happen all
No,
the
but that would
time.
compromise. I mean, I do have a friend as a Fed. He said that he told me that would be like you would be like people would be in trouble. Like he
Yeah.
always told me before, no matter how much you dislike a president, like for the Secret Service, they're going to protect him because that means their job. They didn't do their job. So
Yeah.
it could matter how much you hate Trump, they're going to protect him because if something happens to him, it's on their watch. Same principle is what like if
Yeah,
you let
I understand that. I
if it came
understand
from
that.
them, it's like, oh damn, the feds just letting any kind of shit just come out. I think it's somebody did not like him, or work for him, and Diddy was like, hey, go get that tape and give them 50 grand for it. And then, and did you get that tape? I got it. You got to delete it. Got it. You're cool, good looking. And he
You
never
just
thought it
imagine
was
what
just,
happened in that bedroom.
well, it's
'Cause
supposed to be black her eye, right? That's why she was trying to get up out of there.
Yeah, because I was gonna say in that sitting, that's what it looked like right there. But for him to be in the shower, what happened before he got in the shower where she crept out? Because
Well,
did
he had
she
on
hear?
socks. He had on
Because
socks. I thought they were in the bed sleep. He was sleeping in the bed because he had on socks still.
oh, okay. I
And
didn't see
she,
this. Listen,
yeah,
I
he
didn't
had
see
on
this.
he had on the stripe. You know, remember when Cass started wearing the striped socks again and was trying to, you know, for the striped dress socks, the dress sock stripe. Yeah, he had on two.
Oh, okay. I see. I missed all of that because I was just like, wow, what the hell is going
At
on?
least in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, some people keep socks on while they sleep. He might have been butt naked up under there, but had socks on because it's cold in the room. Because hotel rooms be getting cold if you want to keep the AC on. And he kept some socks on, and then he's like, "This girl, let me grab this towel." Now, and people were like, "How did not nobody else hear that?" Because he probably rented the whole floor.
That's what I was. That okay?
No, he probably rented the whole floor, Dom. If I'm Diddy and I'm like that, I'm buying the whole floor out. I'm not just getting one room. I'm Diddy.
I'm trying to understand.
I have the whole 7th floor.
I think that's plausible, right? I think that's plausible.
I have the whole 7th floor.
I'm trying to understand.
And it's hard to hear above the floors. So like someone on the 6th floor, and he's probably at the top in the penthouse section. And it seemed like it was in the daytime. So in the day, most people may be running around. If I'm in LA, we going out to eat. I'm in LA, you know, I'm
trying to understand, and I know staycations do happen.
But Diddy's renting out a floor. These celebrities do that all the time.
No. I'm saying that, but I'm just trying to understand. Like I said, I understand that staycations happen because I was like, how the hell y'all even in a hotel like that?
What weren't they? They were going to that. They were going to that gala.
That's what I'm about to say. It's like they must have been going to an event. Okay, so look, which is just still. I mean,
either they were going to a gala, or they might have been coming back. They might have been coming back because he had on dress socks. So it might have been the day after the morning after the event because he had on dress socks. Still, like we just came from somewhere that was a nice event.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not even any, trying to understand it or anything because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to figure out is how, like he was on her and you kicking me.
Yeah.
So I wanna shift this just a little bit.
Yep, you ready to go into the apology?
Well, I wasn't even gonna go there. I wanted to hop to Kim Porter's friend, Cola Booth, who many of us know dated Osama bin Laden.
Yes.
And she kind of gives us a little insight to a little bit of the history to Kim, Kim and Puffy, Cassie and Puffy in the early days, and how she had been very vocal, prior to even Kim's death about how abusive and crazy, Puff Daddy is, because I'm not gonna say was. And so she starts with This Diddy thing is not a surprise, but it makes me remember the horrible way he treated my friend Kim Porter and how I've always silently held him responsible for her young death. And then she said, Diddy was a motherfucker. Y'all wouldn't even begin to believe the way that he treated Kim Porter. And ironically, Cassie back then allowed herself to be used to disrespect Kim in her own home. Cassie let herself be flaunted in Kim's face. Laughed at Diddy beating Kim was awful. I feel bad for Cassie for getting beat up like that. But I still remember when Cassie allowed herself to be used racially against Kim Porter as Diddy humiliated, beat, and repeat for Kim for years. Y'all have always hated me for talking real about these men, but they deserve it. She said, what y'all saw in that video of Diddy beating Cassie was nothing, in all caps. Would never forget the time he tried to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's tampon. Always using Kim's race as a put down. You don't know about half of what these women go through with famous and powerful men, be they rappers, be they Bin Laden, be they actors. Y'all have no idea. Y'all always demonize the women, always. So that was just a portion of that, because the thread continues, and people were asking her questions and she was responding to it and whatnot. But somebody said to her, I don't think it's right to compare abuse from situation to situation. I'm not point a finger or saying who was inflicted more pain should be heard louder. However, Cassie cracked the door so others could be heard. I'm sure that with the Tell All Kim book, Kim was writing a book. So this person, that's their last sentence. So she said, I'm not comparing shit. I'm telling you what happened. Cassie ended up being treated the same way as the women she replaced were treated. At first, it was cute because she was a teen, and it became and he was beating Kim. But later she became Kim. Those are the facts. And that's the real.
And Diddy loves to go after other people's girls too, man. If you notice that trend, that pattern as well. Ooh, it's some sadistic shit when you think of it like that.
Yep.
Like, because I wonder if he was doing that with Kim with Lisa.
Yeah. And see, it's even because I even said when I watched, there was something that I watched on Netflix with Misa.
The one about her, thing about her showing her career as a designer.
Yes. And so when she said how she was homeless pretty much, and I was like, okay, not saying that that's Puffy's responsibility, right?
Yeah, but she also, right after that, I know she got the highest paternity case after that. In New York State history. In New York.
Hey y'all, if y'all like what y'all see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast with your friends, because we got all the tea. And if you want to check out more stuff from us, be sure to hit that button right there on the right side, so you can see other stuff and again share with everybody.